And we back, guys. Welcome back to the pod with your boys Leskuzzy and Nick. We are back, and we are back to what y'all love because we for the last month or two we were using Discord, and y'all told us in a non polite way with our view numbers that y'all didn't like that. So we back to posting what you love, right? Before we do that, I need something to drink, man. While we do this pod.
Get that man a bev, yo. I'm a bev, get him a soda.
Yeah. So now I'm back. How you doing, my brother?
I'm vibing. Life was good, Another day off, but I gotta go back to work tomorrow, so that's ass. But I'm
You
chilling.
work? Did you work yesterday?
Technically no, but I work overnight, so technically yeah. But I didn't work like during the day or nothing. No.
Oh, I was technically I didn't work yesterday, so I went back to work today, and I have to work until Friday. But yeah, now we going we gonna start out. How we gonna start out? Where you wanna start out? Battle rap.
Um. Well, it is a battle rap pod. We can start with battle rap. We can start
Oh
with that.
yeah, before we even start on battle rap, I have something to talk about, right? And I know you don't like this. I think you said you don't like this movie, or we had like a funny conversation about it off camera, right? Like a funny interaction about this movie. But
If you talk about cars going to space,
no.
I'm gonna lose my mind.
So I finally watched Fast X, right?
Oh my god.
I watched Fast X. I watched it. Now, the movie itself, crazy. The funny part, the movie itself is not bad. I don't know why people said the movie was bad. It's much better than the last one. Nothing, no cars went into space. They kept realistic to what cars can do, except for one scene when John Cena's car, he torpedoed the car. Well, he torpedoed himself onto the other side of the freeway, like he just, how he put torpedoes on his car and he flipped them down because he was driving, and
Hmm.
so he torpedoed himself to clear way. That's the only thing
Oh,
that was.
so he did what Dom did, just in a car instead of across a freeway to catch a woman. Okay, all right.
Well, he didn't. He kind of. Well, that was realistic. When you torpedo, you kind of jump up, and
No, hey, I fuck with that a lot more than Dom catching Shorty across the freeway. But
yeah,
this nigga,
he torpedoed his whole car, and he kind of blew himself up while clearing the way for Dawn. That was,
I'll let you get your shit off.
but because people said Fast X was terrible, I heard this on TikTok for the last week. No, Fast X was actually good from the get go. If y'all don't, one thing y'all used to racing. There was less. There was more. They were more into their cars, and there was less. The only, I think, one problem I had with Fast X was they really didn't like the whole movie where they're all separated. No, they were not like the family that they always are as a team. They were separated. That's the only thing I hated about Fast X. But the whole movie was full of action. There was no dry spots of non-action. Where there was no action, it was still action. That's how crazy it was. The only part I kind of okay, not the only part. The other part, I want to say this: if Jason Momoa, Aquaman, we know him as Aquaman, if he doesn't win an award on how he played his character on Fast X, that's a travesty. That nigga played that character exactly. He's the Joker for Fast and the Furious series. I'm mad that they introduced him in the last few movies because there's only like two more or one more movie left. Because they did say that the studio wants them to make a third movie as the big finale. So, and I now see why they split it into two movies. I see why they split it into two movies. Because technically speaking, this one left. We didn't see what happens. Nobody won. The bad guy didn't win. Technically, he didn't show us what he did. All he did was like, oh, there's only pain when suffering is old. That was his whole quote the whole movie. Because he's acting as the son of the guy who got on Fast Five, the drug dealer from Fast Five, the one that the Rock shot at the highway.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Momoa is acting as his son, and I hated the one scene when they kind of photoshopped him or just CGI him as him. He was actually part of the scene when he wasn't. Technically, he wasn't part of any of the scenes, but they showed like him talking to his dad. His dad saying, "You about to take over the business," blah blah blah. But it kind of makes sense at the end on why he was that crazy. Because that nigga, he acts as the Joker. Like, we most of us will see the Joker and we say the Joker is one of the best villains ever created because his craziness. That nigga is crazy. I gonna lie. When I think I watched Fast X and I never talked that much in Fast X. Oh no, Fast 9. I was like, oh, the movie is cool. I really actually watched the movie without me having like a reaction. I had like one or two reactions, but okay, that's fire. But this one, the whole theater, we would like say, damn, this nigga is crazy. I'm like, this nigga is laughing. He's like, he's literally kidnapped the whole army's kids and say, family, and say, if y'all don't work with me, I'm gonna kill your kids. That's it. He didn't buy them. He literally kidnapped their kids. That's how he bought them. At the last scene is when him and his son, Dom and his son are like trapped in between like two trucks, and he decided Dom kind of did what he almost did in first thing when he jumped off. You know how when you say you don't like the scene when he went across the highway.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't go across the highway. He did what he normally does, just drive. Like when you know how were you there when it was him and you watched the movie when him and Paul Walker and he's telling Paul Walker like Paul Walker is telling him cars can't fly when he drove across like the shit a space and he's like Paul Walker's like, yo, Dom, cars can't fly. He's like, I told my son cars can't fly, so don't drive this shit over this cliff. So he did that again, although he didn't drive it across the cliff. They were trapped where the dam is, and you know how the dams sometimes have like these ramps. So he just drove down the ramp while the bomb were colliding, and he just started igniting the bomb with nitrogen while he's driving. The bomb is still exploding. Everything is exploding behind him, and he's pressing the gas while also putting nitrogen to the bomb. So the fire is coming out fast. So they just jump into the dam, and when they come out, he noticed that the guy Jason Momoa had planned that he was gonna do that, and he had put bombs around the dam and like the pillars of the dam. And while he was walking away, he's like, "Okay, now you've suffered enough. Now you died, Dom." And they didn't even show it. He just showed the content of the bomb, and Dom is just holding his son back like he's about to protect them. I'm like, okay. And the next scene was Letty and Cypher and the submarine coming up, and it was the girl. Yo, I noticed this, and I think this is why actors say like if you watch shows or TV and you don't see a body, don't believe that they're actually dead
Mm-hmm. If they
because
die off screen, don't believe it.
yeah, or if they die and you don't see the body, don't believe that they're dead because he on the show was it on the show? Yeah, on the show, on the Fast Six, the girl who jumped sacrificed herself while they were trying to get down the plane, and she sacrificed herself. Somehow she's alive, and she lives under a submarine. Somehow, and Letty is in disbelief because she opens the submarine thing, and she opens up. She's like, walks out. She's like, waves, and Letty's like, no fucking way. I'm like, how is she alive? I'm like, I'm
Because
like,
they gotta make more movies, Les. They gotta
no,
make more
that.
movies.
Oh yeah, he did. They are not. Although they're not gonna spin-offs, they're gonna make spin-offs.
Yeah, more movies. Much more movies. Hey, if
But
Game of Thrones wasn't built on actually killing people in front of the screen, boy, it would have been a lot of people coming back. A lot of niggas
because
coming from the dead.
although because Vin Diesel said Fast and Furious, the actual franchise itself is gonna finish after this last two movies, supposedly last two movies, but there was gonna be
That's probably
spin-offs.
cap too.
No, he actually said
Wait until they bring Bow Wow back. Ooh, for the big finale. And the other white boy for them Tokyo Drift. Oh my god, he drifted a
no.
mustache.
They already came back. They're like those are
It's
like
not even about racing no more. That's
no.
when it's
That's why most of the OG actors on there, they said they want to go back to the about racing.
it's
That
too far now. They took
not.
a Fiat to space. Niggas just got turbojets going across the fucking flying across the highway. Niggas is playing Doom Buggy. Remember that game? That little computer game where you was bored and you was just sitting in computer class? Niggas is playing Doom Buggy right now. Nah, I'm good. I'm
Although
good.
they
That's
did, they
bad.
went back to racing in one episode and in one
They
scene.
race for 15 minutes.
No, they
Actually, in
he
every movie, in the same. If Dom pull up and he race some random white dude again, or some random Japanese nigga, he pull up in a fucking Charger, and he just look across, and there's another nigga with a nice car. All right, bro,
no,
I'm done.
it
I'm done.
was so he went to because he found out who was after his family, so he went to Rio. While he was in Rio, he like pulled out. You know how in Fast Five where he when they were like when the Rock said, "Oh, you're under arrest," and then uh, Vin Diesel was like, "Oh, don't forget." He's like, "You." He's like, "Your mistake. You think this is America? This is real." And everyone put out their guns while he's just standing there, like like he's Jesus or something, like he's God. So they did that. They recreated that scene again, but it was Jason Momoa brought his goons and some people with him, right? So he's like, he's like, you know who I am? He's like, yeah, I know who. Dom was like, I know who you are, but I'm here. He's like, since he's like, there's like, oh, he. That's when he told Dom. He's like, this. He's like, you owe me. He's like, I've been suffering since you took my dad. And Dom was like, I'm here to end that suffering. I'm about to take you out. That's what he said, right? So then Jason Momoa said, let's race. I know. Jason Momoa, they put out their guns, all of them, and everyone's, the other OGs or the OGs from Fast Five was like, we stand with Dom. And Dom was like, he told them, put your shits down. We're going to race, right? While they're racing, Dom noticed that it was a trap. That if he wins, Jason Momoa said, let's see. He's like, you're a saint, right? He's like, you have to save everybody. Now you have a choice to save one of these two races while we race. So he kind of know. He's like, so at first Dom didn't register it, but when the race started and he's racing and they're both racing, like in between the race, that's when he noticed that the other two races, not him and the bad guy, Jason Momoa's character, they don't have bombs under their car. Him and Jason Momoa don't have bombs, but the other two races, they have bombs under their car. So he's like racing. While he's racing, he's looking at Jason Momoa and they're tied. And also he's like he's looking around and he's like, and the other guy puts his nitro. And when he puts his nitro, you see like the thing on where you see like he's literally in a place of like, he's like, no, don't do it. Right? Dom is like, has that face of like, why did you do that? I'm trying to save you. Don't do it. And the girl does the same thing. So he's like, oh shit. He's like, so Dom is like, now driving, he's not even trying to put his nitro. He's trying to figure out how to save both. But then when the guy's bomb explodes, he's like, okay, you know what? I can try to save this girl because technically, come to find out the girl is his baby mama's sister.
Oh my god, bro! Somebody is always a sister or brother, bro.
Bro, it was crazy because immediately when he bumped into her, and like twice, like you know how the bump into the car, and he bumped into it and he flipped, and the bomb came off, but it exploded while it was coming off. So technically the car was still, it was still attached to the car. So the car kind of exploded, and Dom literally put his brakes on. He lost the race, technically. He took it out the car, and he's like, so you knew, he's like, so he took it back to their house, to the sister's house in Rio, and that's when she walked in. She's like, you knew what? He's like, so you know who I am? He's like, I kind of figured who you were the moment you pulled up and smiled, because your sister smiled the same way. I was like, okay, you kind of, I think you didn't figure that out that quick, but that was weird. But the movie was fine. The movie was cool. So this movie, the first movie was focusing on Dom, that Jason Momoa is going after Dom. The second movie is gonna focus on The Rock's character. So I guess The Rock is gonna come. He's back on Fast and Furious. He said he would never work back on Fast and Furious, but I guess he's gonna come back for Fast X, the last part. Was supposed to be the last part of it, and he's gonna come back. When he comes back, he's gonna be, I guess, the main focus. The guy's coming after him now, so I think that's where these whole family. I think that's where we're gonna see the Rock's family from Luke and Hobbs come out, like the Roman Reigns from WWE. They're gonna come and help. But yeah.
Hey, you really into it, so that's your shit. So I'm gonna leave it be.
But this one, they didn't have unrealistic stuff though. I go lie, they didn't have a lot of unrealistic stuff. Most of the stuff that they did.
To see this movie. First of all, I'm not gonna see it because I don't know what the fuck happened. Hey, once they started taking shit to space, and the last one I seen in theaters was when he caught Shorty and landed on the car. After that, I was like, these niggas is bugging. I think in that same movie, it was a nigga that did kung fu and beat the shit out of the Asian boy and Tyrese.
Yes.
Fucked them up in that train station and left. These niggas done added Ronda Rousey, Ronda Rousey, whatever she is, looking like Sonya Blade. Everybody's a knockoff of somebody. Shorty look like Sonya Blade. The Rock is fucking Jax. Wait until somebody take his arms off. Fucking, hey, Vin Diesel at this point, I'm sick of him ending the movie looking at a nigga you want to race. I'm sick of it. I'm tired, bro.
No, but
you can't go through all that shit and then at the end of the movie, you want to race? Like at this point, this shit it's Cheetos. It's nasty, bro.
But I gonna lie. I think it has been a while since he did that. I think I feel like so far they used to at every end of the movie they do like this cookout, and that's when they do the race. This this movie they started with the cookout and it ended on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, because they gotta end with a cookout next movie. They already told you
Bro,
another movie coming.
I was like,
They
yo,
told you already, bro.
I was like, yo, I was like, yo,
Hey,
there was no
yo.
happy ending. We don't know what happened to Dom's family. Literally, it ends at a cliffhanger. Like, literally ends at, if they put it to be continued, that's how it ended. Like, it's literally to be continued. The story isn't being finished. Then, I'm also mad that, if technically speaking, they left on the cliffhanger on the other in the previous movie because they left the cookout scene. It was supposed to be Paul Walker's character coming back, and he didn't come back. They mentioned
Paul Walker's cat. The nigga died.
no, his brother.
Hold
The
on.
nigga.
No, I'm not. Hey, yo, you're not going to get past this. You said Paul Walker's who is coming back?
His character.
How? How
his
is his
brother.
character coming back?
His brothers. They did that when he actually died. His
Oh
brothers
my
actually
fucking
acted.
God. You did that to save a video. Yo, if he ping one more time, I'm gonna quit. I'm done. And then boy die. I'm done.
Yeah.
Apex is ass.
Yeah.
But you telling me, right?
His brothers did that. Like,
Because Paul Walker, I didn't even watch that movie when that came out.
yeah, like when he's actually like the year that he died, his brothers.
I know. His brother filled in. They did the CGI thing.
Yeah,
You
so
telling me that this nigga's gonna come back again?
yeah, because it was technically the Vin Diesel didn't want to do that, but the family said you can't.
No, they're finishing the. You can't finish the story without Paul.
No,
I'm gonna throw something. Hey yo.
no,
Hey,
the
yo.
family. Well, so what Vin Diesel said is like when they were supposed to finish, like this is the final episode, right? This is the final. Tell like this movie is not finished. Fast X is not finished. So this is like I want to say it's going to be like a 6-hour movie all said and done.
How many more racing and space clips do you need before the movie's finished? Are they hitting a quota? Is it like let's go 900 times? We're gonna race. Dom's gonna look to the left.
No,
space, and then we're gonna come back. And then we're gonna jump building to building. Hey, listen.
no,
all that shit does not get me.
No,
you're telling me because the movie that his brother filled in on, they weren't finished. I get why that happened.
Yeah,
I get why the family say, you know what? Let's finish this. He's the man from that. And his brother damn near look exactly like him. Let's do it, right?
Yeah,
it's emotional, it's hard, but they did that. You telling me that you about to bring up that trauma again for that family?
No, actually, the family actually suggested it.
I don't know. Maybe I'd do it if I had a brother that I looked like and he was. I don't know.
Because the daughter is also part of the movie now.
They put his actual daughter in the.
The daughter actually shared a scene in the movie where John Cena and Dom San were in the plane, and she's the flight attendant, and she's the one. So she's not like a main character, but she's in the movie, and she said she went and she wrote it on her Instagram, and she said she put the scene that she was in. She's like, did you see my scene? And she's like, well, our family decided that since this is the last movies for the scene, I gotta insert myself, but not in a big character. It's something to honor my dad because this was his dream to have 10 movies. The franchise to have 10 movies. Fast and Furious to have 10 movies. Even Vin Diesel is like,
I'll let her get that off because it's her dad there. That's
and
thing.
she's like, so it's like my uncle's like, it's like when Vin Diesel when she said, okay, we finishing the series and we're gonna pay during a wedding. She's like, literally, my uncles went to Vin and said, since you came out and said Fast X, we are ending at Fast X. Fast and Furious franchise is gonna end at Fast X. You can't end without the Brian McConnell character, so we coming back. Vin Diesel says okay.
That's cool. That's cool. That's cute. I like how they honoring him. That's cool. He's not my family, so I'm not speaking on that part. The part that I'm confused in, right? One, that's Cap. That part where she's like, "Oh, it's gonna be 10 movies," so blah blah blah.
No,
Listen,
actually,
that had nothing to do.
no, actually,
It came down to 10 movies, and they finished. First of all, it was supposed to be done when he died, because at that point, nigga, last cookout, we're done. It should have been packed up.
yeah,
Man,
like the funny part,
like,
Vin Diesel,
it's crazy to me.
Vin Diesel was when he went and I think the daughter said it first before Vin Diesel said it, and they asked Vin Diesel recently. He's like, "Is it true that Paul Walker actually said the Fast and Furious was gonna have 10 movies?"
Hell no, bro.
So then Vin Diesel, then this is what Vin Diesel replied. He's like, technically he didn't say 10 movies. He's like, technically we didn't say exactly 10. He's like, it was when we first shot the first movie. He's like, we were in Mexico shooting before we shot the first movie. It was me and him sitting, and he told me as a joke. He's like, it was a joke between me and him. He's like, we were in the airport, like literally we were sitting in the airport. Nobody knew us, and he said, enjoy this moment because this is where anonymity for both of our characters ends. This is going to be the last time you can go somewhere and nobody knows who you are.
True, because that first Fast and Furious movie was good.
Yeah.
Hey, if it ended on that movie, good shit.
Yeah,
but
so he's
movie, alright, bro.
So
y'all gotta cut it.
Then it's like, so when we shot the first Fast and Furious, after we shot, he's like, Paul Walker said, he's like, since they told us we were gonna shoot 2 and like he's like they told us they're gonna shoot 2 and 3, and Vin Diesel was like, at the time I was not into shooting 2 and 3. I was not into the sequels because I didn't want to do a sequels.
Oh, so that's why he wasn't even there.
Yeah, he's like, he really wasn't.
That's crazy. That's actually an interesting story.
Yeah, he's like, he wasn't doing the sequels. It was like, it was Paul Walker who kind of convinced him to come back. Because Paul Walker's like, we have a chance to do something that's never been done. What if he's like, with this franchise we can actually, he's like, if we get to 10, we'll make history in any action movie. And so that's why, so Vin Diesel, when he took over as like the main the owner of Fast and Furious, he took over after Fast 9, right? He kind of said, okay. And he's the one who made the decision. He's like, okay, we're going to have one more movie, and that's it. He wanted to make it one more movie and end it at Fast 10. He's like, one more movie, and that's it. Because he's also working on the Triple X, his other movie, Triple X. And the studio, Universal, was like, yeah, but Fast and the Furious has introduced us to many characters. Make it a 2-part series. Make it the one movie into 2 parts. Split it into 2 parts. So he's like, okay, I wanted to split it into 2 parts. I said, okay. So I guess when they were done with this movie, he's like, the studio came back again to Vin Diesel because he now owns the franchise of Fast and Furious. He's like, the studio was like, okay, is it possible if you make it a 3-part series? The 3-part finale. And Vin Diesel was like, y'all told us to make it 2 parts. He's like, who do you want to be the 3rd part? He's like, I understand the 2-part. He's like, I understood. When you say 2 parts, I kind of had an idea. I was like, okay, since me and The Rock were not in speaking terms, we were not seeing eye to eye, I kind of said, okay, I can use this the way to bring back The Rock's character back to the Fast and Furious. Right? But after that, I don't know what happens. So now y'all want a 2-part series. It's like, it can't be a 3-part finale because if it's a 3-part, y'all saying that, am I coming back are we gonna team up with The Rock after his own side of the story, and we just take him out at once? Because that's what I'm thinking. Because this, they're gonna leave us on a cliffhanger again. If they're gonna make it a 3-part finale, they're gonna leave the Rock's part of the story against Jason Momoa's character on a cliffhanger, like how they left the part of Dams on the cliffhanger. Then from there, it's gonna come as the whole Fast and the Furious against him, the whole franchise against him, and that's how they're gonna end it. Like how they're gonna do how they did with Endgame. You know,
They made Fast and Furious.
like at the Avengers.
And ironically, they keep throwing that clip out there of Letty saying, well, not Michelle Rodriguez, not Letty,
Yeah.
but Letty saying,
How
that,
many?
oh, how many Marvel movies are you gonna do? Like, what? That's like crazy. And I'm like, bro, are you serious?
I
Like,
was
you
like,
cannot be serious.
I was like,
And looking at them today with 10 movies, and they're talking about the last.
actually,
movie,
she just said it
Marvel.
recently too. That's the funny part. She said it right now recently.
Like, people just dumb to be dumb, bro.
I was like, maybe because she doesn't watch comics, because I think Vin Diesel kind of replied to the same comments. She's like, yo, it's like I had to tell her that, yo, Marvel uses comics as its backbone, so that's how they make more movies, because it's based on comics. It's like we don't do that because we were never based on a comic. It was just a story that we wrote down and we just keep writing, and that's why we ending at 10. I guess she wanted to make it more. I don't know. But now let's talk battle rap. We talked about Fast X for like the first 30 minutes.
That shit is hot dog ass.
But yeah, man.
But
I like it. I gave it like an 8 out of 10. The movie. I liked it better than the last one, because actually I liked the last one. I gonna lie, I didn't like John Cena as the villain was not that good.
These niggas have added John Cena, The Rock, Ronda Rousey, which
Well,
I feel like Ronda Rousey was in one, but I don't remember.
She was in one, but she was never like a big character. She was like the bad guy.
So
She was the part. Ronda Rousey was in the. I think that was after she said she started acting, and she booked another show. Then she booked this one, but she was never like part of like the main character. She was there on the scene when she fought Letty, and they both fell over the. Like the top, they were from the second floor, and they fell on the DJ booth, and they both were hurt. And that's where like Ludacris and Tyrese came to Letty and said, "Are you okay?" And she's like, Letty's looking at them like, "Yeah, I just fought on the top. How y'all gonna ask me am I okay? I'm not okay." She had that look of like, "You're gonna ask me am I okay? I just fought an MMA fight, and you're gonna ask me am I okay? No, I'm not okay."
Hey, they done added everybody and their mom at this point, bro.
So yeah, but I gave it an 8 out of. I gave it an 8 out of 10. Reason why, it was more fun as the bad guy, mainly because I want to say this. It's not even because of the characters that are already there. It was Jason Momoa that made this whole movie. It's crazy because his character was crazy. His character, that character that he plays as Dante Reyes.
They had half of the WWE, bro. I just,
man. Well, technically speaking, it's not half. It's like the big names.
yeah, but half the big names. Well, who else? What other big name you gonna name?
The Rock. Well, The Rock is not
You
like
got the Usos. You got
No, the Usos are not part of it. They've never been in movies. The only person who has been in movies is Roman Reigns.
they wasn't in the last one. Oh, Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns was in the movie, but he was when he was recovering from leukemia, and he was not doing any WWE. He just did the movie because The Rock kind of said it, like, yo, I'm doing the movie and it's based on our heritage. Can you do me a favor and just be? He's like, since you want to be in Hollywood, I'll give you like, can do, be like the brother. So I and it's been rumored for WWE that Roman Reigns, because Roman Reigns now, his character that he plays on WWE is no longer as the guy who's always there. He's like half. He's literally acting as The Rock, like half there, half not. He just comes whenever it's like time for the big events, and that's it. But he's not. He's no longer day to day. So people are like, oh yeah, he's not doing Hollywood stuff, and it was because most people kind of confirmed it that him and The Rock are working on Fast and Furious. And somebody said it. So and now, and you can see that even in WWE, that how they're writing his story, they're preparing for for Roman Reigns to no longer be on TV for a while. I even don't even watch WWE. I just watch the YouTube clips because it's funny. And when I saw like the way they're like the way from where I'm watching the clips, I was like, oh, I see what WWE is doing. They're writing this, that kind of giving the hints of like, oh, they're breaking down his whole. For like the last 3 years, he's been part of this whole his bloodline. Like he's teamed up with his family, the Usos and everybody. But now they're breaking them apart. So I was like, oh yeah, you see now they're now writing it to the point of where Roman Reigns is no longer going to be on TV because they're breaking his family apart. Now let's talk battlerap. Did we do our predictions on the Gnome? Because Gnome is this week. When y'all watch this, Gnome is next week.
We can do that. I forgot. I completely forgot.
So
We'll run down the card.
So we're gonna run down the card. We're gonna talk about some.
I think it's still that this event is going to be ass too. So we started with two things that I just.
No, I don't think it's gonna be ass. I still think it's not gonna be ass.
I think the battle's gonna be lackluster. Yeah, those names would have meant something, and paired together would have meant something a couple years ago. And some teams I just feel like are bad teams. But
so we're gonna start from the okay. I see. Okay, this they put it in way it's supposed to go. Maybe this is how it's supposed to go. Danny Myers and John. Oh, not say Danny Myers. DNA and John versus Sofleso and Foot. PG Killers versus PGs. Who you got? I think PG Killers gonna win this.
PG Killer. Oh, the PG Killers.
Yeah.
3-0.
Danny Myers and Miss Hassel versus Jerry West and Luke Castro.
Oh no, I would say Danny because Danny is Danny, but he's paired up with Miss Hustle. And Miss Hustle's nice, but
It's Miss Hassel.
Jerry West and Jerry West and Castro. I gotta go with them, bro.
All right, I got.
And Castro looks good. Yo, Castro acting. And Jazz acted. And everything he's doing over there with Emerson Kennedy and all them. That
and Loso and Tita, Loso and Ace Amin should become a 2-2. They're already a 2-2 on acting, so they should become just an official 2-2.
Sure, they're really good at acting.
Ev and Fonz versus T-Top and Swamp. This one is I'm torn. I want to say Ev and Fonz, right? But I also want to say T-Top and Swamp. So I have this one. This is if I want to pick this a better of the night, I think this one's gonna be better of the night.
Evan Fonz versus who?
T-Top and Swamp.
Evan Fonz, 3-0. No, 2-1.
Yeah, but I said I want to say I didn't say the winner because I feel like this is gonna be better than night because I want to say Evan Fonz 2-1 because they're already a team and they already have a chemistry together, right? But I also say okay, Swamp is on fire and he's teamed up with T-Top and T-Top on 2-2s. He's creative and Fonz and Swamp can help him. You know, they're gonna bring that Carolina, like that Carolina stuff. So it's gonna be crazy.
The Carolina stuff.
Yeah, man.
The Carolina stuff.
We don't even know their name. That's crazy. Their name is
The
weird.
Carolina Killers.
The
Ooh.
Carolina Killers, man. They're from the
Man,
South.
that team. I don't think that team is going to be good. So
I feel like they're gonna be good. I like that team.
No beef with that. I just don't think they're going to be good.
Harlow and Calico versus Shotgun Shug and Orange. Now I know. Remember last video I said we don't know who didn't want to battle a female, right?
Yeah.
I think I know who didn't want to battle a female.
Who?
I think it was Calico.
Yeah, I figured that.
Because after that, the whole 2 weeks, him and Miss Asa have been going back and forth. So I figured it was Calico now.
Hollow, I don't think would do that.
Yeah, because.
But it's a possibility that Hollow's like, I'm not. I don't want to battle female. He gives me like I don't want to battle female vibes, but
it was more
one of them. It had to become.
Yeah, because it was the way Miss Hassel tweeted it out after her team of Dan was announced, and people was like, "We thought you and Shug were a team," and she said one of the teammates on the is like one of the people on Hollow's. He didn't say who on Shug's opponents didn't want to battle female. One of them was like, "Yo, I want to battle you," but the other one said no. He's like, and that's why I'm no longer on the team. I'm not teaming up with Shug, and I told Shug, you can go with whoever. I'll find a different teammate. And the way her and Calico have been going back and forth, I figure it's Calico. God Orthodox. I don't know why.
I got Shug and what's her name going crazy though. And I feel like that would be a really good team. That's a sleeper team.
This one already have a name. I don't know how they came up with this name. God Orthodox versus T-Rock and Geechee. If you God Orthodox, that's what they call themselves. Ramnidi and Twerk call themselves God Orthodox.
Throw the whole team away. 3-0 to the other two.
Nah, bro.
3-0 to the
bro.
What the fuck? Hey, I'm good.
I got Ramnidi and Twerk winning. I gonna lie.
I got this being a terrible battle,
but I still got Ramnidi. But it's gonna be a terrible battle. But the way Ramnidi said, they showed where Ramnidi and Twerk have been right now. I think this is gonna be. And Ramnidi said that they wrote this, and they didn't even say we didn't even write to match out the energy of for T-Rock and Geechee. They said they wrote this to match the energy that Seth and T-Rock had in their first gun title round. So they're trying to match that energy. Remember when the gun titles first came out in their first round?
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to beat that.
I mean, that sounds good and all. I just don't think it.
I think they're gonna do it.
All these guys have battled multiple times, so every angle doesn't really matter.
No, I don't think that.
It comes down to who raps better, and honestly, we've heard all of them multiple times. So I'm gonna keep it a beam. Part of me don't want to see it and don't care. And
yeah, me too.
Part also feels like it's just not.
I mean, part of me I don't want to see it. Part of me I want to see it. But part of me I want to see it.
I just don't think it's
I think the teams are fire. No, the team of Twerk and Ramnidi is fire. If they're different opponents.
I slightly agree with you.
Yeah, the team of Ramnidi and Twerk, because they've been talking about becoming a team for a while. So I kind of agree. Okay, if they're a different opponent, if it was now Geechee and T-Rock, if it was somebody else out, they said, okay, they got it. Right? Now, we got Miss Remy Ma has an event the next week. Well, no, June. It looks like June is gonna be battlerap month, man. And so if you're right, so she got an event the next day, the next week called Garage. the garage card. So the garage card it has. I forgot. They announced the battles, but now I forgot who. Yoshi G versus 40 Bars. Damn, where's the card?
That's a grudge match. I got Yoshi losing though. I hope she prevails, but
Man,
I don't know. So far on that league and all that, she just hasn't been.
all right. Let me.
So,
Dan, do they have the full card? Man, I'm trying to figure. So Yoshi and 40 are the main event, but I'm trying to figure out the full card. That's
and she's the main event. Oh yeah, I'm not going with Yoshi. I hope she does well though. You know, I love Yoshi and her content. Well, not her really her content, but how she uses her content. But no,
yeah,
she's gonna probably get cooked. Unless what's her name, choke or get anxiety again. Then.
damn, I didn't want to bring that up, man. Man,
Nah, I don't think she's gonna do that to Remy Ma. I think Remy Ma would literally.
I think that's where she did it though.
No, she didn't do it there. She did it on it was a smaller card, remember?
Oh, I thought it was there.
You know what's funny? That I think that happened before I even met my girl. Ain't that some shit?
You sure that happened before you met a girl, or it was after? I feel like it was after. It was like the beginning.
Maybe. I think it was before though. I know Elden Ring was
So
on.
we got Chirek versus Tony, whatever, Tony Blanco. It's an all female card, so
I don't know. I don't know neither one of them.
I want to see the full card, but I can't find it.
I'll go with the Blanco shorty. I'm not gonna lie.
We got. Hold on, I'm looking for the card, so I can tell you. The garage card. So we got Then we got Tori Dove versus Shane. Shane Ashley. China Ashley. Or Shayna Ashley. And we got.
I'm gonna go with China Ashley.
And we got Lady Caution. Caution with the K. Caution with the K versus First Lady Flames. Okay, now here we go. I'm sorry, Caution with the K. I saw you. They finally put you against somebody. You finally speaking to somebody you rap like, and I still got First Lady Flames. I'm sorry. Caution with the K. I still got First Lady Flames. You sound like First Lady Flames. Your voice break alike, sound alike, but I still got First Lady Flames winning this battle 2-1. While we here, we got this weekend. When you're watching this, I was supposed to go to the outside, the trenches card, but I can't make it, so I bought the pay-per-view. I have a graduation party I have to get to, so that's why I can't make it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm not going to be in person. But I bought the pay-per-view, so I'll let y'all know what I think on every card if I actually watch the battles, because I bought the pay-per-view, but yet knowing myself, I might not watch the battles until a week or so after. I'm just letting y'all know. That's how she goes with me. Sometimes. There was some other news I wanted to talk about, but I forgot. Oh yeah. Now recap. As I said, I'm gonna start recapping Bags and Bodies since they're doing the director's cut. And I said I like the director's cut, and I still stand by it. This director's cut, I wish this was the first cuts that we first saw. And I think that's why they kind of fired Avocado, because Avocado didn't know how to cut them shits. I'm sorry, Avocado, but I have to be honest. This was actually fun.
I
Even
don't think it had direction, bro.
they didn't. Yeah, you probably maybe because the Avocado never worked on a. I'm talking about like the TV. I'm not talking about the show like the behind the scenes. I'm talking about the actual show. When you're watching it, it looked weird when Avocado did it, right? Because he didn't. The episodes were all over the place. He didn't have like a formality of direction of how he was going. But now with the director's cut, it looks like I can follow through. I'm like, oh, this happened there. So the fight came after this. Oh, because episode 5, I think, yeah, episode 5 was the fight, right? Episode 5 was the fight, and it was, they showed the fight. They didn't show it, they didn't focus on the fight a whole lot, right? Like on the other ones, like the whole episode was just the fight. On the other cut, like the first thing that we saw, like with this one, it was the fight. They showed the fight. They showed them talking about the fight, like what led to the fight. Then they showed, uh, uh, what I was about to say. They showed when Heyman is telling them, okay, y'all battling on Sunday, and y'all gonna be the first elimination battle, right? He's like, y'all gonna be the first elimination battle, right? Then, they also showed like, he showed like they showed that some of the 2-on-2s, because it happened while they were also preparing for battles for the 2-on-2s, right? So it showed like the 2-on-2s that happened that day after the fight. So people were using the fight, and then at the end of the event and the end of the show, they showed like the battle, some clips from the battle, and and him and telling Ben News that he won the battle. Uh, and I think that's what happened, but I liked it. I was gonna say, let me see. Also, Charlie Clips and Rosenberg Raw is out on YouTube. Right. I just wanted to say that.
Big K and Mook, a couple other battles, but
Yeah. So, but Charlie Clips and thing are out on YouTube now. So if y'all go watch it, I only watched the first round from Charlie Clips. Watched. I've just started watching. I watched the first round, and I think I was going to the movies. I don't know what I was doing, but I stopped watching. And I watched this other, and I watched today this morning. I saw that the bullpen released Air versus Clone. I watched both first rounds. Both of them had fire rounds, but this is my from the first watch and listen to the first one from both. I had Clone winning the first. Reason why, he he didn't address a lot of things, but he had some stuff that I felt like I was like, okay, he's saying some shit, and it's kind of directed to F. F had like some shit was not directed to Clone. Some he was just rapping punchlines. It was fire, but I didn't think it was directed to Clone because it didn't have nothing to do here. It's like few things, like when the last part of Clone's round, he brought up you remember when Tarek was like, "I'll be back, F." He brought that up, right? He's like, the last time you were at the pen, you better see. And you had T-Rock say, I'll be back, F. He's like, I was in the pen. Man, he's like, I was glad you did it. But still pissed off that you let him do it. Now, if the next time, it's like, if it was me, you listen to Rook. The only time you're gonna hear I'll be back at it was in the hospital. It was him and in the hospital. Like it was a fire how he crazy part because he had somebody, I think it was Ben News. I think Clone had Ben News say that. Like because he said, I'll be back at somebody screamed it too. He set up a punchline and somebody screamed I'll be back at yeah, so there's then J. West called out DNA. J. West wants to battle DNA on Summer Madness, and DNA responded, and DNA said, I will accept the smoke, but he said, don't be like the last other person who called me out and for gnome and get killed, meaning it will. He's like, the reason, he's like, so I guess you framed, remember when DNA Battle It Will, he had like the New York jersey, the New York, I think it was the Nets jersey, the Brooklyn Nets jersey. It was like a gray Brooklyn Nets old jersey, like with the sleeves. He framed that jersey. That's what he did, is like, get smack out the fuck out of here. He framed the he literally framed the jersey that he wore. And he framed it. So he told J. West, don't be another nigga that I have to put the outfit framed up. But he said, I'll accept. We have sad news, but yeah, we kind of said that this relationship with Easy and URL, I think it's over.
Beasley and URL?
No, Easy.
Oh.
Easy the Black Apple. I don't know when we're gonna see them.
Yeah, they killed it when they decided to be assholes about stuff. I get it. Y'all have contracts.
Yeah,
maybe
I think I have a perfect idea, and I thought about this for like the few weeks though, and I don't know if better rappers should listen to me, but I feel like we should treat leagues as like, we should make better rap like boxing.
Should make it what?
Like boxing. You know how Tank and Ryan had like promotional companies?
Yeah, but they do that already. It's a thing. They just
no. This is what I say. That we'll say URL is like the net. We'll make URL like the network, right? The fighters make up the fights. Like the battlers make up the fights, not URL. And URL becomes just like a network, like Showtime, ESPN become just like those type of networks where they don't block nobody. You can sign somebody to your, to Showtime, right? But if they want to battle somewhere else for one battle, they can still go do that. Then the battlers can split the money. We give URL a small percentage. That's what I'm thinking. Like make URL, make your battle rap like boxing, where we have, let's say if, like, for example, we have EFB, right? Every fucking bar as a click, right? So then we'll make EFB a promotional company. So EFB, every fucking bar, promotions. We have gun titles, promotions, right? Let's say Easy is part of gun titles, right? So let's say Easy and Geechee want to battle. And who's the head? Right now, Seth is locked, so T-Rock might be the head of gun titles. So T-Rock is like the spokesman, so he's gonna go and call Geechee and say, oh yeah, Easy wants to battle. What's the split? Where do you want to battle? That will say Summer Menace, right? So what they do is they talk, they negotiate to each other, not to with URL. URL is not part of this negotiation. Only URL part of the negotiation is when it comes to where and when the cards are gonna be and how much they get. But the battlers negotiate to each other. We remove URL as the middleman.
Hmm. Isn't this the same thing that Daylight was talking about when he was like, "Yo, battlers don't know, but they can really get paid a lot more if they go to the promotion company instead of going to URL and worried about them paying and all that other shit."
I think so. I don't know, but I'm just saying from my where I looked at it. I was like, yo, because I was like, yo, boxing. Yeah, we make fun of boxing. We make fun of your like let's say like some fights because we don't get them because of professional promotional companies trying to protect their fighters. Right? It's not the networks. So what I'm saying is like we'll make URL, the league, RBE, KOTD. I was like thinking like, and the funny part is like something I thought of, and it was the funny part. I thought of it like as me inside the room. I didn't even think of it as like me being part of like as like just other people. It was like me sitting them, all three leagues, every league set in a one big ass room, and I said we and I'm representing as I'm like the one guy speaking for the battlers, right? It was like a vision I had. I was like, if I was actually that famous, that I had this power, right? Of like, oh, I sit in a room with every league, mainly the big leagues, but the main top leagues like URL, RBE, uh, King of the Dot, Chrome 23, Bullpen. Well, your Bullpen really doesn't block battles, but Chrome 23, Queen of the Ring, right? And I like then I'll be like, yo, and I said we sit in the room, and I said we as battlers have decided to make this as boxing, as you guys are gonna be just here to provide us with the cards, the where and the when, and y'all get a small percentage. All y'all do is the pay-per-view, the links for the pay-per-views, right? Y'all promote here on your pages, and you have the cards. So y'all just give us the when and the where, how many people are there. We see how much we get. We control the betters control. Let's say they promote. Like for example, Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia made like what 1.4 pay-per-view sales, right? They took some money from there, and Showtime took some money from it. The Zone took a percentage, but the most of the money went back to Bellas, not to the league. That's what I'm thinking. But I know that's never gonna happen right now. But in the future, that's what I feel like better ref should go to where better treat this like boxing. Have promotional companies where we just treat URL as just like a network, RBE like a network, where they can sign people under RBE, right? Who only gonna battle on RBE here and there. But let's say if the top guy on URL wants to battle the top guy on RBE, right? On RBE's roster, right? That's how we're gonna do it, right? There's no anything. They can negotiate. Okay, we're gonna stream at the same time. It's not. We're gonna make this as the biggest card ever. We're gonna make it on the Madison Square Garden, right? Y'all put it on your pay per view. We put it on the pay per view. We are coexisting. That's where I was looking at it. But we gotta get to that point.
They don't want to coexist.
That's what I'm saying.
They think everything is competition, but I don't. But the advertisers have to give your role a certain amount of money. This person a certain amount of money. The battlers got to get a certain amount of money. So I think it's going to take too long as far as business, and then we'll be sitting there as the fans dwindling down because they're trying to figure something out. I think I don't know. Y'all are just he became a big star. I would have let him do that shit. No matter whether he broke a contract, whether he didn't know he broke a contract, however it went, it don't really matter. He's a big star. Let it happen. He
Technically
in
speaking,
this thing,
if
it's a really big battle, but y'all can go get him versus Geechee, and that could be an even bigger battle. So it's like it don't really matter. He ain't battle nobody. He ain't battle nobody. He battled 10 niggas, if that. So bring him back so he could go battle Mook. He can go battle this person, and y'all gonna make so much money. But I don't know. Nobody sees it the long route. They see it really short and oh, you betrayed me. They're weird. They're weird.
and
They're weird.
the funny part, the way Easy was saying it, and the funny part, he's like, "Yo, I love it." He's like, "Smack is not even the person I'm mad at." He's like, "It's not even Smack and Beasley." The funny part, he literally said, "It's not even Smack and Beasley."
It's P, which apparently P is the problem. I haven't watched anything, but all this week, everybody releasing videos. It's P. It's P. It's
Yeah,
P. They're pushing P at this point.
yeah,
It's just P.
yeah. Like
I don't know who P is, but he need to relax because he's
no, I
fucking
know
some shit.
who P is, but I do know who
He
P.
need to relax. They've been saying P for a while now. Actually, since COVID. Since COVID, they've been saying P. They wasn't saying that before COVID. I don't believe.
No, before COVID, it was P started. No, it started when bands came in, right before Norbs got fired.
That's another thing. They got rid of Norbs, and that was a big thing, and they threw him around like loose change. And now, and now y'all just mad at the battlers now, and now y'all throwing the battlers around like loose change. I don't know. I would have made amends as a businessman because you gotta chalk everything up to business. So what?
Yeah.
So what? He wanted to go do that. He would bring in too much money. So what?
Plus, yo,
He
yeah,
wanted to go do that. He wanted to make that move. Let it be. Y'all
bro.
let Surf go for years.
Boy,
Y'all let Surf go do it, and then he go bomb on they joint, and then what? He say, "Oh, it don't matter if it ain't URL," and then what? Y'all something like that.
I didn't.
Y'all mad because he didn't go choke versus Hitman? Like no, like it don't make sense. It don't make sense.
Yeah, but plus also, I don't know if I don't even know what's the issue with him, man. Or because maybe he knows the business way too much.
Hitman is getting cooked. That's one of his problems. And his second problem is he got to worry about too much. He got a show going on. His girl's getting robbed. I mean that hasn't happened again. God bless. Thankfully everybody's cool. But come on, your girl go get robbed. You out there on a mission to go get more money to go. You mean provide you doing your thing, and then that happens? Come on, bro.
Oh
Come
yeah,
on,
oh
I
yeah.
wouldn't be.
I want to say
pregnant all the
congratulations to
time.
him, man, because he met this girl, the main, the head of Bags and Baddies. So the girl is control.
That's tough.
So she's like the one controlling Bags and Baddies.
That's tough. Yes, go get her a bag.
And the
Go
funny part,
congratulate her, protect her. That's good. I like
like
that.
when he, I saw like I didn't even watch the audition. I just watched like the clip, like the first like seconds. And he literally was like, "Oh, he's like, yeah, since he's like Bags and Bodies is starting, and we're doing that, and I'm gonna do Bags and Bodies where we're gonna pick female." He's like, "But most of you know that I don't know much about female. I don't know much what happens in female shows. So we got somebody for y'all." He's like, Cinnamon is gonna be the one helping me pick out who's that. And while they were picking out, I guess he's like, yeah, you control this. I'm not gonna do shit about this. I have nothing to say about this. Only thing is just whenever big things happen, like get out of control, just call me. You know,
That's dope.
it's like when big things like shit gets out of control, just let me know. I'll give them advice here and there. I'll bring big names inside the house, one or two. And you see, I was like, yo, the funny part is him is making people more money. Because if he, like, for example, there's a clip of him, of clips getting tied up in that room, in that house. Like they're promoting Beggs and Betty's, and they tied up Clips and put him in like a pillowcase, and they're like acting like he was a hostage. And Clips, when they took off the hostage, he's like, take this off of me. He's like, I want to let y'all know that I heard everything y'all said that y'all gonna do to me, and I'm with everything.
I'm with all of it.
And it was funny because how Clips is funny, and they had some gay guys from One Out, some people from One Out come through. Oh yeah, while we talking about it, we never really talk about other things, right, about the culture. But shout out to the 85 South Show, DC Young Fly, Chico B, and Carlos Miller. They have a Netflix special coming out on June 20th, if I'm not mistaken. So they made it as comedians. They are now on Netflix. Netflix looks like it's the new place where if you want to be recognized, you have to make it on Netflix. You have a Netflix special. And this is going to be fun because I want to see how are they gonna let them be the 85 South Show, because them three dudes do crazy stuff.
That's a hard act to follow. Follow the whole 85 South Show.
Yeah.
That's one thing if everybody go up singly, do their thing, but to follow the whole crew, nah. Bro.
That thing is like you know how they always do, like they're always at the like doing like shows together as three. There's a so that could doing that like that. I guess they did it in Atlanta, and they announced it, and I was like, damn, y'all let them do this. This is gonna be crazy. Y'all let them do this. I was like, yeah. Hopefully they let them be themselves. No censoring, no nothing, because they are crazy. I was like, I just watched a clip. I think what was the clip about? It was a clip where they were talking to this 17-year-old, right, next to his mom. And it's like, how old are you? He's like 17. He's like, you eat ass yet? Like, it was random. Like, they are random. They say whatever they want, and I wish that Netflix let them do that. Because if they do that, if they let 85 do that, then that's going to be crazy. I don't think any other Netflix special can top them. Except for the guy who's already has like 3 Netflix special. Like, I think that's all he does is Netflix special. Gabriel, the Hispanic, he's funny. I'm gonna lie, I watched his Netflix special, like some of his Netflix special. It's funny. He literally has one joke where he said, I guess Netflix put the timer on how long you have to do, right? Mm-hmm. When you go over time, they would flash the timer to let you know that you went over time. So I guess they started flashing it because he went like 37 minutes over his 1 hour special. So he picked up the time, and he's like, so this is what he said. He's like, they're flashing, okay. So Netflix is letting me know that I went over my 1 hour special went over by 37 minutes and 30 seconds. So the people was like, keep on going. He's like, Netflix, the people, he's like, y'all want me to keep going? He's like, Netflix, the people have spoken. So from now, he's like, so he stopped. He's like, then he's like, for legal purposes, I have to say this just so. He's like, from now on, he's like, I want to say I have contractually, my contract obligation, I fulfill my contractual obligation with the good people of Los Angeles and Netflix. He's like, from now on, if you don't like, he said, you can't get mad. He said, if you don't like the jokes, you can't get mad. He's like, because you didn't pay for this. He's like, this is now the fluff hangout. And he's like, so is it okay if I get a soda? And he literally got up and got a soda. He's like, that's why I said it's no longer the show. Technically, the show is done. But now it's just a fluff hangout. Yo, he's funny. I was like, yo, he's the funniest comedian. He's like, he's funny. He has this one The one clip I saw on TikTok, it was where he said, the guy, the spotlight. You know how we used to do spotlight on at Lincoln when they were doing the shows, right? When they were doing like the drama shows.
Mm-hmm.
So the guy,
I remember.
the guy from the spotlight on his Netflix special was slow. Every time he moved, he stepped out of the spotlight twice. So he said, so he started the show. He's like, I don't know. He's like, oh wait, he's like, I don't know who's controlling the spotlight out there, but it's like because I keep moving and I've stepped out of your spotlight twice. It's like if it was any other show, I won't mind, but this is for Netflix. This is the people that replace Comedy Central, right? He's like, but how slow are you? Because he's fed. He's like, how slow are you? You can't keep up with me. He's like, you should wait for immigration.
Oh shit.
It was the way the funny. How slow are you? You can't keep up with me. He's like, okay. He's like, I won't move much. He's like, but how slow are you? You can't keep up with me. He's like, you should wait for immigration. And it was funny. But yeah, I think that's all for better rap. But now let's talk NBA. We were almost to shout out to the Boston South Tinks. The South Tinks. The South Tinks. They almost came back from a 3-0 lead, but they actually lost. Congratulations.
Almost the greatest comeback of all time.
No, that was never. I would never call that the greatest comeback of all time, and that was never gonna be in my head because
Well, you have the win. You basically had to sweep them, but if you lost the game, it was elimination.
yeah, but
And they
technically
did that.
speaking, they did lose the game 6.
I feel like they did too, but it's last second.
No,
Last second, it was
they did.
clear.
If you actually watch the game, right, right, if you watch the game, right, the part where Jimmy Butler makes the 3 free throws, right,
Mm-hmm.
they said he got fouled. He got fouled at 2. It was under 2 seconds and 7 seconds. Somehow he got fouled, like because he got the ball. It was 3 seconds. He took it. He pump faked. It was 2 seconds and 9 seconds. Right, pump fake. He took a dribble, pump faked again. It was like then he got fouled at like 2 seconds and 5 seconds. Either 2 seconds and 2.5 seconds left. Right. Somehow, in some magical way, we went back to 3 seconds. How?
Ain't,
In what?
ain't bad.
How did we get milliseconds back? Like 500 milliseconds that back quick.
I also think they miscounted those free throws because I don't know what happened with that one. I was confused.
So now they're up. Now they were up by 1. It was a missed throw. And if technically if it was he would have not made it in time. But you know what? They won and they got blown out the next game, so it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter because they got blown out the next game. So we got.
I think that it's a legendary game though. You still got it's a legendary game, legendary series. I just think I don't know what the Heat was doing,
It's not what
but
the Heat was doing.
because they could have had more time to prepare for the Nuggets and Jokic and all that. But
Nah,
I
it's
don't
not
know.
really. I don't think that. Okay, if I want to be honest,
If I'm up 3-0, I have more time to study and actually get
I
a
think that's
little.
what the. Okay, if you want me actually to be honest, you want me to be honest with you.
What's up?
I think they actually Leary after game 3, the Leary say, okay, this shit is in the bag.
Yeah, I think they stopped trying because it was so easy.
Yeah, the Leary,
Also,
the Leary was like, fuck it.
nasty, nasty blowouts, and then somehow, some way, the fourth game they were just like, nah. Fifth game, nah. Sixth game was close.
Yeah,
Like they didn't want to go all the way to Game 7, but they was like, nah, stop playing with us. And then yeah.
Then the
But
6-7 game was like, okay, you know what? Since y'all think y'all can win, we're gonna book the flight to Denver right before the game, just to let y'all know we still going to Denver.
I feel like both teams did that.
No,
I like that they put that out, but
no,
I, feel like
I don't think Celtics did that. There's no way the Celtics would have did that.
I'd have booked my flights. Fuck that. I ain't going home.
That means they have to go cancel again. No, but I knew. So it's the Nuggets versus. Yeah, I think this is where the Nuggets gonna finally meet their match, because I felt like if it was the Nuggets, people, y'all know that y'all might say I'm sorry, but if it was the Nuggets, if it was gonna. I feel like I wanted to be the Sixers and Heat, because the series was gonna be interesting, because I feel like the winner of those series, if it was that, would win the championship, because the Nuggets, I feel like they don't have what can I say?
It's not a complete team. They don't
have other than Jokic and Murray and sometimes Michael Porter, they really don't have nobody. With the Heat,
that's what I said.
When
he got a squad.
The Heat, technically speaking, they have Jimmy Butler and hooligans.
Which how are they at the bottom of the conference? Because they got a squad.
No,
it was. I don't know if Dragic is still on the team, but they had Goran Dragic.
No, he's not.
Kyle Lowry.
The funny part, Kyle Lowry is not even.
Jimmy Butler.
Kyle Lowry is not even the starter on their team.
Because Tyler Hero.
No.
Or who replaces him?
Literally, they took Kyle Lowry is not.
I don't know who Caleb Martin is, but he was cooking.
Y'all want to hear the story about Caleb Martin? Because actually, Caleb Martin has he's a twin to another NBA player.
Who?
He's other two.
Cody. Kevin Martin? No, not Kevin Martin, because he would be too old.
His twin is Cody Martin, and they both went to Nevada. I remember because when I used to watch NCAA, they were nice. They were the two. Like whenever Nevada was in the NCAA tournament, they were the only two. They were like the 2-star players. The guy drafted to Charlotte, to the Charlotte Hornets. In the Charlotte Hornets, they were playing, but Cody was a little bit much, more productive than Caleb. Right? So the Charlotte Hornets waived Caleb, and because, guess who lives in Charlotte, North Carolina, J. Cole. So Caleb met J. Cole at Charlotte. We became cool for a while. When Caleb they didn't sign Caleb and waive Caleb, he started working out at J. Cole's gym. Like literally just started working out at J. Cole's gym. We just like, yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna work out there, right? And J. Cole, he even said, I always worked out at J. Cole's gym, and every time I started, he's like, after a few weeks, J. Cole kind of noticed that I was always at his gym. So he came to me and was like, yo, why you not working out in any other team's facility? Why you not signed or something? He's like, because nobody's calling me, right? So J. Cole called the assistant coach. He went into his contacts and called the assistant coach for the Heat. He said, I got somebody who's working out, who's ready, who can actually is good. Caleb is good. He just needs an opportunity. And the assistant coach said, okay, can he be in Miami? Tomorrow we have a scrimmage, getting ready for training camp. So Caleb flew. Literally, he's like, J. Cole called Puma. Puma sent him the jet, the private plane. He went to Miami, did a workout, did great, signed a 2-way deal. That means he can play both in the G League and in the NBA, right? Played very well for the Heat. The Heat signed him to a permanent, like a 1-year contract for the rest of the year. After that year, the Heat re-signed him for 3 years. And now he's he was cooking, and that's why I say it was Jimmy Butler and the Hooligans because nobody else was cook. Nobody else is a superstar or a star, but they were cooking.
Bam.
Bam,
Bam is the only other one.
Bam was not that cooking though. He was not cooking like that.
Bam's a star.
He's a star.
He cooks during the regular season. He's not doing.
And that's why you asked why were they a lower seed. They were actually a higher seed before. Then Jimmy Butler got hurt, right?
Oh well, yeah, Jimmy could turn because that team isn't people that can really thrive.
Jimmy Butler got hurt for like a few weeks. Then then after Jimmy came back, him and Jimmy was not seeing eye to eye with the coach, and I think he was also not seeing eye to eye. Haslam is like the other coach. Haslam is just there as the bodyguard. He really doesn't play. He's just there as the other coach, like developing the young guys, teaching them the way of how he do it, and that's why I feel like that's what's missing also on the Sixers. We need somebody like you, Don Haslam, there. Who installs
Elton Brand. Y'all fired him. He was like the assistant coach or something. He actually moved up to be a coach.
Actually, Elton Brand I think he's our GM.
Fired him.
Is he not our GM?
He is. I'm pretty sure he got fired. Because they gave us bars. Hey, when we lost that game to the Celtics, they gave us bars. So everybody was like, "Yo, y'all did this, y'all did that, y'all did this." And I realized, low key, this whole playoffs, man, we should have been up there. Like Jimmy Butler, like we should have him. The pick, and reason for Tobias Harris being here, it's just disgusting.
Yeah,
just disgusting.
That's what I said.
When you look at it and think about it.
Adam Brand he's no longer our GM. Wait, I thought he was our GM. Hold on.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Brand was an old school player who stayed on the team for a while. I think he retired on our team.
Yeah, he was our team. He was He was named the general manager. He first started as the DG. He's still on 20. He was promoted to general manager position for the Sixers and extended his contract in 2020. He didn't get fired.
I thought he got fired with someone with the last head coach.
Oh, the other coach.
What does he just see what he does presently? Like it should show you what he does presently.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking. That's why I'm like, is he still? Wait. General manager has not been the GM of the Sixers since 2009, but was also teammates of Joel for so he's no longer the GM. What? I'm confused now. Y'all confusing as hell.
See, and we have a GM.
Sixers GM Ellen gives his thoughts on Joel winning the MVP. Oh, blah blah blah. I want to see you win. Has not only been the GM for the Sixers since... he has been the Sixers. Has not only been the GM... So he's been the Sixers GM since 2018. But I feel like when they hired... who's this... What is his name? Whatever his name is, from the Rockets.
I forget, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, when they hired him as the basketball operation thing, he just took over and started making deals with Adam Brown is just in the background.
Probably.
So yeah. Oh, we might get Mick Van. Yeah, come on.
We got Nick Nurse.
We got Nick Nurse. I still don't like it.
I wanted either the Phoenix head coach or the Bucks head coach. I feel like it was perfect,
And I wanted Mike Brown.
especially for the Bucks head coach. It was a swap. It was a player swap.
Yeah, I want also. I kind of also wanted the Mike Brown, but I although I now see why Nick Nurse was hired after today, right? But I still don't get it because he's the only one who kind of stopped Joel from scoring zero like any points. He held Joel to 0 points, 1 point. So I see why he was hired, so he can help Joel with his weaknesses. So yeah, but yeah. With that being said, y'all know what to do, guys. Subscribe if you're new. Drop a like. We are almost at 2,000 subscribers. That's crazy.
Exactly. Good growth. Keep watching. Subscribe and also follow us Instagram, Twitter,
Yeah,
etc.
we about to start posting on uh, our own personal Instagram clips from every episode that we have done. So we,
Some changes gonna be happening.
yeah, some changes gonna happen. So
Different content, some new content.
so yeah, and y'all can follow me on YouTube, leskuzzy, to if you want to listen to watch me react to music and some stuff. If you suggest some stuff, uh, but we out. Peace.